Well, hello there, welcome to my first episode of my Let's Play of Torment Tides of Numenera. It's going to be one of the ones I can't say the name properly. Okay, I don't know how the sound's doing, I just turned it down a bit. I'm hoping it's not going to be too loud for my first episode. A little bit more, because I want voices fine, but I don't want it too loud, you know, over me. Maybe 20%. Okay, so I'll have a quick look at the options, shall we? So it sounds like you just saw, so I was messing with graphics, I'm on full, I haven't looked at this yet. VSync brightness, high, that's fine. Controls. Should I got explained in the game. Interface, medium, text size. Make it a bit easier to read, why not? Very large, why not? Make it easy, shouldn't it? Hybrid mode, ooh, what's this mean? Edge scrolling mode, hybrid mode. Huh. Guess hybrid's a bit of both, maybe? Camera speed, whatever, free combat camera. Yeah, I want the combat to be free. Highly interactable in combat. Convert asterisks to italics. Okay. Save and exit and game English language keyboard mouse. Show tutorial, tired feedback, skip intro movies, hide movement box, hide crisis objectives. They sound important, so I doubt I'll hide them. So we have exit, credits, options, load, start, and continue. Let's start. This is apparently a sequel, I believe, to a very old game, but I've never played it, so I actually got this for backing Wasteland 3. And this is one of the add-ons I could add, so I added it. If you have any armor, change up the damage of your attacks with abilities or cryptos to overcome it. Cool. Oh, will you be male, female? Okay. And also, this game is on Steam. I'm playing it off, and it's just come out of early access. I had it for a month or two after the Wasteland thing, but I didn't want to play it until it was out of early access because when I looked, it was like a month or 2 months, and it was coming out of it, so I thought it was pointless. So I'll be male. You mind wakes up. Oh, he talks. Nice.
In darkness.
Listen.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Wow, membrane. Hopefully this is loud enough, because I said until I record this episode, I'm not sure how loud it is, because sometimes when I do new episodes of new games, it's too loud or it's too low, and I can only do so much with my recording stuff.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them.
Interesting.
You force your eyes open.
Look at this body, look around, look at this body.
The body is... wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material.
Am I?
You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago.
So what's happened to me?
You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky. Nice. And slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this?
Scars and burns on your hands and wrists. Yeah, that kind of fits actually, because I used to work at Greg's for over almost 11 years, and they started telling me we had blue plasters, basically, you know, when you burnt yourself or something. You know, we're ordering Ivan's plasters today, basically, because they would always... I ended up using most of them because I always seem to be burning myself for some reason. Oh, and once, I can't believe I did, I had to cut myself on bread once. I didn't even know that's possible. Somehow I did. Like, oh, show more. Continue.
Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling.
Oh no.
Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on
That doesn't sound good.
The world is many kilometers below you.
Am I going to die to these star hearts? That's what it feels like. So like I said, I know nothing about this game, other than you're supposed to be able to, I believe, talk your way through every battle, or fight every battle, whichever you wish, and you're supposed to have a lot of options. It's not by the same people as Wasteland 3. Sorry, Wasteland 2, because they haven't done Wasteland 3 yet. You know, they are doing Wasteland 3. Anyway. Above you, a small moon. Yeah, there. Look at the horizon. Flatten out to catch the wind. Try to judge how far it's to the ground. Dive toward the ground. I say flatten out to catch it to slow myself down would make more sense.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Because if I'm diving head first, and I'm like very close to the ground, I'm just going to smash my head. If I'm falling to water, again, diving would make more sense. But again, I need to slow down to see what's happening, so hopefully.
Below you, you see a large large landmass, a massive ocean.
Oh, I need to dive.
West of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Okay, I need to dive, because if I smack it head on, it's going to be like smacking concrete. Okay, this ain't good. Try to remember what happened? Well, probably not best at this point in time, so study the world.
Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent.
Okay.
The only land of any size, on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay. A sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north.
Okay, I need to dive then.
Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains, surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Try to slow down descend, but if I'm flat, I'm still going to smack it up slow enough. But if I turn it to a dive, I should sort of hit it, shouldn't I? So give up and dive.
As the water rushes at you, horrifyingly quickly, you see a pair of figures standing near a small glassy dome. You're headed straight for it. One of them looks up, points at you, and you feel your speed slow tremendously. But you are still traveling too fast, and both the figures leap aside as you crash into the crystalline structure with a profound and horrific crunch. Pain radiating through every...
Okay, I thought I was going to hit water.
And then...
I thought I was going to hit the water.
darkness.
Wow, okay, I thought I was going to hit water, so dive made sense. Ow. Oh, there I am. Oh, don't get to create my face or nothing then. Or do I get to do that now? Boy, he kind of scrammed himself early, didn't he? Ooh, that's pretty cool. How far can I zoom? Can I W? Yeah, move. What is this? Okay. Huh. Because I thought I was going to hit water, so being dive would have made sense, but apparently not. I guess it's telling me to what? No? This is kind of weird. Metal waves roll over the floor below, sending vibration through the soles of your boots. Okay, this is weird. Oh, I was not going to talk now, I've got to read it. I thought we were going to be talking all the way through. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled, yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Oh, so this last cast off. Health 2020, intelligence, item, consumed and abilities granted by equipment, characters activate abilities granted by the character type focus. Move the bowl beneath the liquid. Examine the bowl. Yeah, do that one. Because I might be thirsty, so. You encounter your first task. You have 3 stat pools, might, speed, and intelligence, that you can spend to increase your chance of success. This is called using effort. Okay. The more easily move the bowl in front of you. What? To move easily. No. To more easily move the bowl. That makes sense. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use. That's my left mouse button in it. To spend might. For a higher level of effort, don't worry if you fail this task. Torment failure often results in interesting outcomes. Okay. So I can do up to 3 might. Okay. Success. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth of the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool of falling light. I hope he actually just pushes. It's not just going to be pictures, don't do nothing. Oh. Ah, it does it without the animation of pushing it. I guess that's half what I wanted. I kind of wanted the guy moving it. This is a very weird game so far. Not what I was expecting. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. Oh, luminescent. Oh, it makes it lighter. Okay. Clear radiance spills across the segment floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thought. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. Nice. Voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello, are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build a path up to us. And be careful. How do I do that? Zoom. What can I do with this? The rippling surface of the bow and shine to its own light. Overturn the bow. Leave the bow. Yeah, leave it. It's probably what's called this, so... What's this? Soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dark. Dank, sorry. You had a moment's respite from the waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You breathed water before and you lived decades beneath the waves. I'm from under the sea. Under the sea. But this body's an air breather and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. What am I, two people in one? It's a bit weird, this. The device in his hand is covered in knobs, wires and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. The mission cannot be delayed, it must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of a pursuit. Oh, someone's on the other side trying to open it for me. Threaten him until he returns to the task at hand. This is taking too long. Cast a spell of Esrin to fix the device yourself. Deceive him. Your words echo clearly and he looks up, surprised as you cut through his indecisive daze. He grimaces and says, "Alright, we'll be through the door before they catch up." His fingers make minute adjustments to the knobs and blinking levers of the device, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beneath a passage that links the waterboarded cells and the aqueduct viewing areas. What you seek lies there. So I'm underwater in a bubble. What? Okay, I don't have a clue what's going on. Moments later, you're underwater again. Oh no. Your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. Electronic current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run! You can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse. Use the device to stop them. One of the similar... Okay, so what's going on? Oh, he's got to come from my side. Electronic current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of pedestal, and the iridescent field so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of sonar alarm ripples through the water. Goes up behind. Run. You can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse. Device to stop them. One of the symphons in your belt, okay? You run, urging fingers over the device fastened to your waist. A fog rising in your mind. Few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to siphon steel. What? Oh, the surrounding waters are boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver spear. Setting the spear in place, you kick desperately for the safety of the nearby alcove. The spear whirls and folds into a spiraling vortex. The spear at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped into pieces. Wow. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade, as if you were being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. That was a memory. Okay, wow. I thought that was happening. That was a memory, apparently. So basically, I was trying to escape something, and I Sound of it murdered the guards. Okay. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as through the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of the dark, whispering field. Okay, what the fudge is going on now? This is... weird. I can't make mind if I like it or not at the moment. Interesting, at least. I guess this way I go. Examine. This mirror looks strange, as though what you see in it is real and you're the reflection. Okay. The light around the door's frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in the wind. No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronze segment, surface, and surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside, to no avail. What's it do? Just examine stuff. What's all this stuff? Items, siphon consumables, and abilities granted by equipment items. Nope. Character abilities, activate abilities granted by character type. Hide. Attempt to become a hidden on attacks, cannot direct. Okay. Last cast off. Whoa! Your inventory lets you view equipment and manage items and equipment. I for that, by the way. You find it has a number of sections. First is equipment, which contains any items equipped to the current character. Equipment includes melee and range weapons, shield armors, ornaments such as rings and amulets, and bonded items. Inventory. Your backpack contains the items being carried by the current character. You can equip, inspect, or transfer items from it. Quest items contain any special items required for quests. Quest items cannot be discarded or sold, so you won't need to worry about accidentally losing one. The final section shows the, how do you say that, sliblets you are carrying and your sliplet limit. Sliblets shown in the inner rings are highlighted in blue and are safe to carry. Those on the outer rings, highlighted in orange, are over your sliblet limit and inflict negative effects as long as you're carrying them. You then use, sell, discard, or transfer them to other party members to get back under your limit. Oh, so these must be my limits. So bonded. So I basically got nothing with me to help. The maximum level of effort this character can apply to any task. And also I can have 4 characters, that's cool. Okay, catch a sheep. I must access this later, I guess, in journal. Main quest? Nope. Secondary quest? Nope. Okay. Can I save at least? Let's save. Can I call it a name? No? Yes. IVATOPIA Game 1. Wow. So, what do I do? Oh, I can interact with that. Okay. Interact with anything else? Guess it's just this. Whoa, what happened? You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag, I guess. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth. Far below, strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs. Below, if you were looking for a sanctuary and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. Is this a memory again? I don't know what the woman says about this. Her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found? Draw attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can clearly see. Use your charm to persuade her of the merits of the site and to remind her of the time constraints. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intelligence. Yeah, that one. Why not? A cloud passes over the sun as you engage her in spirited, friendly debate, pointing out the footprint of a prior world civilization whose powers remain untapped. After a few minutes, she laughs, raising her hands in mock surrender. Stop, stop! Your servants are down there. You already chose this as the site, haven't you? Servant, are we gods or something? She waits for your affirmation and says, alright, I'm convinced. The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and horticultural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servants build a shelter for you for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructions away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. Oh, constructors. There's one of them robot things, isn't it? When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Wow, what the fudge? Slap me! Cammy helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. Seems your constructor has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the numerant integration into the constructor's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the constructor for mechanical malfunctions. Faults even. Look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's effect of the mechanical disc itself. That one. Mist falls into plateau as you wrap a fibre shielding mesh around the constructor's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the constructor's mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently twirls to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes. Whoa, what happened then? And then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind. Block by jagged block, you stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories hurts. So is this basically creating my character? And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift, one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing, and it's hunting you. Oh, sugar. Whoa, why am I glowing? This is very weird. I'm being hunted now. You know what? We're going to end right here. So like, subscribe and all that good stuff. Hopefully next week we'll find out why I'm being hunted and what is hunting me. So IVATOPIA says bye for now, people. Bye bye.